What is going on YouTube and Weight Loss Warriors? It's your boy C-Dub and I'm back with another video, guys. Today I'm bringing you 10 things intermittent fasters would understand that other people just wouldn't. And I'm going to do it right after this. Hey guys, what's happening? I appreciate you joining me today. If you don't know who I am C-Dub. I lost 125 pounds using the OMED method of intermittent fasting. And if you don't know what that is, it is eating one meal a day. So today, guys, I got an important video, fun video. It's going to give you 10 things that you understand if you're an intermittent faster. So if you're not an intermittent faster, these are 10 things you'll learn. And you guys that are, you'll be right there with me. So if you haven't already done it, I'd like for you to consider subscribing to my channel and becoming a weight loss warrior so I can help you with tips and tricks and how to get that weight off your body. So today we're going to hop right into the video. Alright guys, number one thing that we learned through intermittent fasting is that we have all this energy we didn't know we had. And what I mean by that is when you first start fasting, guys, it's definitely a drain. You might even feel less energetic, but once you get going and once you're a true blue hardcore faster, all of a sudden your energy levels increase and you feel like doing more things. You don't feel like sitting as often. You feel like getting outside more. It brings you more, I think, in one with the world around you. So your energy levels just increase. I don't know how to really, I guess the best way to explain it is every time you eat, I think your body converts over to sugar, and because it's converting over to sugar, it has the dips in energy. And when you don't give your body that sugar to push itself with and then dip down after it's done, your energy levels just sustain for a longer period of time. And I think everybody doing intermittent fasting finds that out. Alright, number two may not be something you guys look forward to, but number two is what they call keto breath. And it's called keto breath. People think automatically the keto diet and keto breath, but it's really not a keto diet thing. It's ketosis. And when your body is burning fat, it's expelling the fat. You don't really realize this, but you actually lose your weight through the burning of energy and you breathe a lot of that out. And so when you're breathing it out, it doesn't smell necessarily right. And ironically speaking, a lot of things that fix that have calories in them. So if you're an intermittent faster, it's one thing that's always in the back of your mind is your breath and keto breath. Number three, guys, your stomach starts talking to you. And I know you guys all know it. I did a video about it before. But your stomach will start growling and rumbling because your muscles are actually contracting on an empty stomach and you feel it. It's not really because you're hungry like you think it is. It's really because of a muscle contraction and there's no food for it to push down. So you feel it, but everybody gets the tummy rumbles when they're intermittent fasting. Number four, guys. You just don't feel like eating. I know that sounds crazy, especially for you guys that just start, but this is a problem I know that I have, and I know every faster I talk to has it at some point. All of a sudden it becomes your eating time and you're like, okay, and you're kind of wishy-washy about it, and it's not always, it's just occasionally, but even during the course of the day, you just don't want to eat. And there'll be times when other people around you are eating and you just kind of feel like, oh wow, I really have zero interest in doing what they're doing. It's a unique feeling. That's why I had to get it on the list. Alright, the number 5 thing intermittent fasting community knows that the rest of the world doesn't know is how hard it is to engage other people about it because of their negative thoughts on fasting, guys. So when you're just a regular guy, it's something you're not thinking about. But when you're deep into intermittent fasting, the one thing you're going to get is attention from people because your body's going to change. And people notice your body changing. And everybody out there wants to change their body. So when they see somebody having success, they instantly are going to inquire, why are you having success? What are you doing that I don't know? What's the secret? And when you tell them it's fasting, the look that you get. We all know that look. We all know that feeling. And we all know how hard it is to talk about. So that's why I brought it in at number 5. Alright, number 6, guys. Number 6 is understanding how much we used to eat. And that's something that I think everybody I talk to about fasting, when you get down to the nitty-gritty details, when you really start to talk about what intermittent fasting has done for them, and you just have those conversations, people start to mention, wow, I ate so much and I had no idea that I was grazing throughout the day as much as I was. I had no idea how big I was eating in my meals. I thought I was eating 1 serving when I was really probably eating 2 or 3. You just, through intermittent fasting, you just get a better idea and understanding of how much you used to eat and how much the regular person eats versus how much you're now eating, and how ridiculous, in my opinion, how ridiculous I used to be with the intake of food I was intaking. All right, number 7, guys, how much boredom had to do with your eating. In the past, you think it's a hungry thing, you think it's an energy thing, something you need to do. But in reality, once you get deep into fasting, you start to realize that you eat when you're bored. And most people don't want to admit that, but it's the facts. I mean, even just 2 seconds ago, we're waiting between events to do things, and my son was going to the cupboard in between his breakfast, and he had just eaten his lunch, and he was going back, and we know that he's eaten enough, but we weren't doing anything, and so he had nothing to do, so he instantly thought about food. We all do this all the time. We are just such victims of it. And once you start intermittent fasting, you realize how much you eat out of boredom, not out of hunger. All right, guys, number 8 thing I think all intermittent fasters do, right, is we have some newfound appreciation with other people's food pictures. I know that sounds weird, but I know you guys can relate. Out of nowhere, for the first time in my life, I care what somebody else ate for dinner. It's the weirdest thing ever. I think all intermittent fasters do it. You know, I get on Instagram and I'm scrolling through and liking these people that I don't know's videos of their dinner that they ate. And I would have never even looked twice at it before. But you start to get this weird appreciation with what other people are eating and maybe giving you ideas. I don't know what it is, but I think we all become kind of food picture enthusiasts when we're on intermittent fasting. Okay, guys, number 9, emotional stability, guys. Before, I think all intermittent fasters, we all realize how much and how often we eat because we're sad or because we're upset. And now, once you start intermittent fasting, you start to realize that that isn't the case anymore, that you're able to tackle these problems head on, and how emotional eating is no longer a part of the journey. And so I think that's a very powerful thing. And I know that it's happened for me, and I think most intermittent fasters, when I talk to them, it's happened for them too. And the number 10 reason, guys, or the number 10 thing that intermittent fasters understand is a sense of pride and accomplishment for completing a task in which most people feel is difficult, but you learn how easy it is. And that translates into all aspects of our lives. And so if you don't understand what I mean by that is, whenever we're faced with difficult situations, there's that fight or flight kind of reaction. And when you haven't eaten and you've learned to deal with that, I think you begin to learn to fight through some adversity and you fight less often. And I think that allows you to face up whatever the adversity is in front of you, because you know you're a stronger person than you thought you were coming into it. And I think fasting has given that bond to all of us. I think it is the most important thing that we learn is not the weight loss, but it's the strength that we have as an individual to go through the peaks and valleys of life, to face our problems up and to face up whatever comes our way. And I think that is a powerful thing, and it's one of the most important things intermittent fasting has given all of us as a family. So I hope that as an intermittent faster, you've enjoyed my 10 reasons. If you have more reasons, leave them in the comments, guys. I want to know them. You know, it was fun putting this list together. I want to give a special thanks to Reg Edited for giving me one of those on the list, because I was a little stuck and she came through. So I appreciate you guys. If you haven't checked her channel out, please do it. Right over here is my face. Click on it, guys, and subscribe. Make sure you like this video so YouTube pushes it out there. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.